What the frick, man? What the frick were you doing out there, bro? Freaking compadre, amigo. What were you doing? How could you do this? How could you do this, man? I believed in you. I believed in you. I believed in you. Look, Ben, look. Even Sakura is upset. Look at her. Look. She is upset with you, Ben. She's upset with you. She had $400 on you, Ben. $400. I have to freaking try to console her. She lost $400 because of you, Ben. $400. Look at her. She's so sad right now, man. What are you gonna say sorry to her? You're gonna say sorry to little Sakura-chan here? No, you're not. You're not, because you let Jake Paul knock you down and knock you out. Psst. Freaking Ben Askren. What is up, everybody? Alkansas here, another video for you awesome people out there. If you are new to the channel, do me a big favor, go down there, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. If you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back. Hope you enjoyed the video. So today we're going to be talking about the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren Triller fight that happened on Saturday. And last night is the recording of this video. But I want to talk about how that was the worst fighting promotion I've ever seen in my entire GD life. And GD being gosh darn life. It was horrible, man. Horrible, horrible promotion. There was way more music than there was fighting. I don't mean like, oh, just like, you get a little bit more music and fighting. Like, no, there was way more music than fighting. Like, people tuned in to watch fighting, not music. They're there to watch Ben Askren and Jake Paul duke it out at the very, very end. And the issue I have with this was that I think it started like 8 o'clock, and I didn't get to see Ben Askren and Jake Paul fight until well after midnight. I think it was like 12:30 my time whenever they started to actually fight, which is ridiculous, man. That's a ridiculous amount of time to wait. Between the first fight and second fight, I actually turned on a movie. I stopped and turned on a movie. I watched about 45 minutes to an hour of the movie, went back, the second fight still had not started yet. Like, what the heck, man? Another big issue with the whole Triller fight situation was that their camera angles were horrible. Just the people, whoever was behind the cameras did a very, very horrible job. Not only during fights were they like catching the rope, and one particular one that I'm gonna try to put right here, Frank Mir fighting, I can't remember the other guy's name, Steven something. But anyways, they actually, during the fight, they actually have the rope in the middle of the fight. Like, it's like looking up at them. You can see them fighting. You see like their like head, gloves, like upper torso, rope, and then it's just like shoes. Like, it's ridiculous, the freaking angles that these people had. And also another crazy thing that was really like, what the heck, man, was we're watching a fight, right? You want to watch the fight. Well, during the fight, they would literally have the camera angle or the camera change to the announcers while the fight's still going on. And it's just like, dude, what are you doing? This is a fight. You can switch away. Like, if you switch away for a second, you might miss a freaking knockout. You might miss a knockdown. You might miss something big, you know? And that's just like, what the heck were they thinking? That was horrible, horrible camera control. So anyways, we're gonna get into the big one that I want to talk about. We're gonna talk about the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight itself. So, fight's about to start, you know, Ben Askren and Jake Paul walks out. The big first thing that I noticed, I was like, what the heck, man? Which is really surprising because, you know, they had freaking Michael Buffer announcing this fight. Michael Buffer is the OG, like the OG top tier announcer for boxing. You know, he basically introduced Ben Askren, talked about like his college record, wrestling record, stuff like that. I don't recall him actually talking about his MMA record. I mean, he might have mentioned it, but I'm pretty sure he didn't mention, you know, like he was a two-time world champion. Ben Askren was a two-time world champion in two different organizations for mixed martial arts. First was Bellator, which he held the title, welterweight champion, for over 1,000 days. Second one was One Fighting Championship, which he also held the title for over 1,000 days as well. He was undefeated his entire time in both those promotions. He was 19-0 and he went to the UFC. In the UFC, he won his first fight against Robbie Lawler. While it was a controversial stoppage, a lot of people say that he shouldn't have won that. A lot of people say he should have won that, you know. It's what's in the past is in the past in that situation. But he won his first fight, lost the second one. He had the worst knockout in UFC history. He got flying kneed by Jorge Masvidal and knocked out in about 5-6 seconds. And then his third fight against Damian Maia, doing pretty good, but he got submitted by Damian Maia. So anyways, Michael Buffer introduced him. I don't recall him ever actually saying anything about his MMA record. And if he did, he didn't actually mention he was a champion in two different things. So I was first like, oh, okay, come on, man. But the second thing that ended up happening was Michael Buffer completely mispronounced his name, and it was kind of funny because I think he called him Ben Askren, and Ben was just like, what? He's like, what the heck, man? Which I was really surprised by. I figured that, Michael Buffer would actually get the name right, but I don't know if it was just a little flub or what, but I was just like, wow, man, wow. I mean, Michael Buffer, I'm pretty sure he's 100%, he's very professional, but if Michael Buffer took it at that level, I think Michael Buffer was also probably thinking like, wow, this is a horrible fighting promotion. Horrible fighting promotion. If Michael Buffer messes up a name of somebody at the level of Ben Askren, then he must not really respect the Triller fight, the Triller fight card. So anyways, going to the actual fight itself. So when the fight starts, ding, ding, whatever, Ben Askren and Jake Paul go, they're exchanging blows, all this kind of stuff. The fight gets to about I think 50, 55 seconds. And then Jake throws a left, Ben throws a left. And when Ben throws his left, Jake comes with an overhand right, just beautiful, just beautiful overhand right, clipping Ben and knocking him to the canvas. Now, Ben eventually did get up, very quickly actually, I might add. Overhand right from Jake Paul, knocks Ben to the canvas. Ben is down there for a couple seconds, gets up, stands up, Okay, ready to go, refs, are you ready? He's like, yes, I'm ready. He asks Jake Paul, you ready? And Jake Paul's like, yes, I'm ready. Ref looks back at Ben Askren. Ben Askren's kind of like, he's ready, his hands are up. The big thing is that his hands are up, he's ready to go. He did stumble a little bit when he got up. He did stumble for a little bit. But the thing of the matter is, Ben Askren, as I said before, is a world-class athlete. He's a world-class fighter. He has been through hell. He has had horrible, horrible things done to him. He's had people in there that wanted to that could literally just kill him, end his life. He's taken worse hits now from what Jake Paul gave him. Jake Paul did an awesome, beautiful overhand right. Completely knocked him to the canvas. I'm not taking anything away from Jake Paul. That was an amazingly placed overhand right. Completely legitimately knocked Ben Askren on his ass. But Ben Askren got back up. He's a world-class fighter. He's ready to go. When he got up, yes, he stumbled a little bit. But this is the thing. This is the actual title, or not the top fight. This is the top fight of the card. This is the main card of the evening against a weathered veteran combatant. Ben Askren is a veteran of fighting combat sports. Now, the issue comes here is that, he gets up after a couple seconds. He's like, I'm good to go. His hands are in the right place, all this kind of stuff. And then the referee basically says, okay, walk towards me. Ben walked towards him, and he's like, no, I'm ending it. Blah, 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 done. Now, I'm not saying that Ben Askren would have won the fight, and I'm not saying that Jake Paul did not score an awesome knockdown, but a lot of people online are saying that Ben Askren got knocked out by Jake Paul. Got hit and knocked out. Ben Askren, while it will go down as a knockout, it was actually a TKO. There's two different things that come in combat sports. There's a KO and a TKO. A KO, meaning knockout, is whenever a fighter is rendered unconscious and can no longer continue to fight. And then you have a TKO, which stands for technical knockout. Technical knockout meaning that the fighter is not rendered unconscious, but is incapable of continuing fighting. Now the issue with the stoppages that I had, and I'm not saying that Ben Askren would have pulled this shit out of his ass and won the fight. All I'm saying is that Ben Askren got knocked down, he got up, he's a weathered fighter, he's been through worse. He had Robbie Lawler, he used to be the welterweight champion of the world, pick him up, drop Ben Askren on his head, and just pummel the crap out of him. Ben Askren got up, he stumbled a little bit, he got up, but he won the fight. He completely pulled it out of his ass because Ben is a world-class fighter, a world-class athlete. He doesn't give up easily. And it just really sucked that this is the main fight of the card, and everybody was mad enough that they had to wait hours just to watch this fight. We had to sit through freaking 12 or 13 bands or groups or performances just to get to this fight, not counting the fights. I'm talking about musical performances. It was just ridiculous, man. Then the ref ends it super early. And I've been looking up what typical fighters are saying, like UFC fighters, even boxers are actually saying too about this. And now there are a lot that are saying like, good job, Jake Paul, knocked him out. Ben Askren got knocked out by Jake Paul, and all that stuff. But there's also a lot of people who are saying like, wow, I can't believe I wasted my time watching this because A lot of professional fighters believe the fight should have continued on. Ben Askren got up. He got up. His hands were where they needed to be. He was ready to go. A lot of people say that they think that Ben Askren should have got another shot to go a little bit further, and he got knocked down a second time, boom, it's over, whatever. Now, Big John McCarthy seems to hold the same exact consensus as a lot of the MMA community and a lot of boxers as well, is that that fight was stopped very prematurely. Very prematurely. Yes, Jake Paul did just completely deliver a beautiful, well-placed overhand right that 100% knocked Ben down to the canvas, put Ben down to the canvas. Did not knock Ben out though. Ben got up relatively quickly and was ready to go. Did he get up and stumble a little bit? Yes, he did stumble a little bit. But this is also what John McCarthy was saying. Ben Askren is not an amateur fighter. He is a world-class athlete. He's a world-class fighter. He has been a champion in 2 different organizations for mixed martial arts. He is a veteran, just combat. Like he's a veteran of doing combat. You know, he's a veteran fighter, and John McCarthy basically said that he believes the fight was stopped prematurely. He says, small-time ref made a small-time call. This was the main fight of the card, the main fight, the one that everybody's been waiting for. A lot of people were waiting like 4 or 5 hours for this fight, and they went through all these freaking stupid freaking music and all this other stuff just to see Jake Paul and Ben Askren fight. Yes, Jake Paul did knock Ben Askren to the canvas. Ben Askren got up. Ben Askren stumbled a little bit. He's a world-class fighter. He literally got dropped on his head by Robbie Lawler and pummeled in the face while he was down. He managed to get back up, go out there, continue fighting Robbie Lawler, bring him to the ground and beat him. Yes, I do get it. He took Robbie Lawler to the ground and choked him out, or, controversial, choked him out. We'll just say that, just to be on the safe side. But the fact of the matter, I don't believe that John McCarthy is wrong. I really am on his side. That it kind of takes a little bit away from Jake Paul, because Jake Paul had a beautiful overhand right, and against a freaking weathered veteran fighter, and the ref kind of prematurely ended it. That's what I think. That's what Big John McCarthy thinks. That's what a lot of people in the MMA community think. That's what a lot of boxers think. I mean, the way that I see the fight possibly going, if they did let them continue, is that. So I believe that Ben Askren, when he got up, like he did get up, like he did. This is not me saying this is what happened. This is me speculating. Who's to say that, Jake Paul's like, oh, I just knocked him down. I'm going to go try to finish this guy. I'm going to try to finish him. And Ben Askren just goes on the defensive. He's just more trying to defend. Jake Paul runs out of energy. And next thing you know, it's round 2, 3, or 4, or 5, whatever. He's just out of energy. And it's just basically just a fight where Ben Askren's fighting him. They're fighting each other. But Jake Paul's gassed out and Ben Askren's not gassed out because he's a world-class fighter. He's used to going 25 minutes. And this fight was only 8 3-round fights, or 8 rounds of 3 minutes, meaning 24 as opposed to 25 that he was doing in MMA. So the second way I could have saw it going is that, like I said, who knows, maybe it continued and then, Ben Askren got knocked down again, or actually knocked out. But we'll never know because the ref made the call to end the fight, most likely prematurely. Yes, Ben Askren got knocked down. Yes, Ben Askren was stumbling. But he wasn't stumbling like crazy like this. He was just like, he was ready to go, Like he was ready. His hands were in the right place. Like even John McCarthy's like, he got up, said ready to go. His hands were in the right place. And, and on top of that, Ben is not called funky for no reason. Ben is a funky guy. He does stuff differently. He walks funky too, man. Like he's a funky walker. I don't know. But anyways, I just wanted to make a video talking about my thoughts about the whole Jake Paul, Ben Askren fight, and how I'm pretty upset with the card, like most other people are. Congratulations, Jake Paul. You had a very, very awesome overhand right. I just feel there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna be like, well, you know what, man? We're still not sure. If they had let Ben Askren continue and Ben Askren got knocked down again, or actually knocked out, or even it went to the decision and Jake Paul won, then Jake Paul would have a lot more clout and a lot more just let to go on. It's just the fact that it got ended so early. It's just a lot of people are upset, and man, it's just trailer, man. That was a terrible, terrible card. That ref, I feel he might have made a terrible call. Anyways, guys, like I'm saying earlier, these are just opinions. It's just how I feel about the fight. This is me talking about, other people's thoughts about the fight, what I've been reading on Twitter, videos I've been seeing on YouTube. And anyways, if you disagree, go down there and disagree. I'm not trying to be an asshole, trying not to be mean. Just say what you think about the fight. And yeah, I'll try my best to reply to anybody who I see. And hey guys, I'll catch you on the next one. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go down and subscribe. If this gets a lot of views or I get a lot of people that give me a lot of feedback on it, maybe I'll start talking a little more about MMA and boxing in the future. Anyways, guys, love y'all, and y'all catch y'all in the next one.